welcome to the Heroes of Cosplay Sanctuary. This is your host, Scotty B. Friends, today I want to talk about my perception of cosplay content. I have my notes in front of me, so bear with me if I'm staring at my notes and then staring back at you and then looking at on social media for cosplay. Okay, my perception, because opinions matter so much on the internet. We're going online to remain relevant. We want to remain relevant in the space, and the space that we're in is cosplay. You can go into all sorts of different spaces. You could be a business coach, or you could be a fitness coach, or you could sell jewelry, or you can be a makeup person, or you could do ASMR, or whatever you want to do. Like, there's a lot of different little niche things. If you're not a journalist and you're not a celebrity who's playing video games, and I have a few of my own strategies. And I've been to conventions and I've seen the sorts of things that people have done and the kinds of things that people share. And you know what? The people that are happiest in this space are the ones that stay in their own lane and don't really pay too much attention to what everybody else is doing. Instagram, number one, Instagram is still the main place where everybody goes to share just about everything. Everybody's starting to put more reels into play. And I think that also has contributed to the people who've been dropping off and saying nobody's looking at my stuff. But I think some cosplayers have realized that reels are making you money. They're paying you to put reels on the platform right now, and that's where the dollars are going. I don't make any money on this the podcast. I don't make any money on this YouTube channel either. But the thing about that is, even if I did, the average, like I would have to get 36,000 views. And am I really providing that much value to you? Am I creating a viral moment of some kind on every one of these episodes where you're going at 36,000 of you? Are there even that many people in cosplay? I don't even know. This is a hobby podcast. This is a hobby YouTube channel. I get that. And there are other areas, and there are a lot of skills that I'm building where I can share other content, and it doesn't have to be about cosplay, and that's fine. And you don't always have to do your whole life doesn't have to revolve around cosplay to remain in cosplay. But I think I'm seeing a lot of that too. I think I'm seeing a lot of people who are beginning to separate church and state. They're beginning to separate what they're doing from all the other things. Like they're branching off. They're seeing that online. Oh, Instagram's actually paying more attention to this. The platform's oversaturated. Nobody's looking at my content. Nobody's seeing the cosplays. There's so many ads that come up everywhere. Unless you're paying, nobody sees it. It's all about advertising. And that's not a big deal to me, but for just mainstream people, like, you want to go and you want to take photos, you want to go get photo shoots, you want to put those in your phone, you want to put them online, you want to do videos, you have to do a lot of video editing, you have to do all of this animation, all these effects, at least you think you do. It's not about sharing, really, it's about gaining attention. And there's a lot of frustration. It just seems like there's a lot of frustration and there's not a lot of traction. That you've got really 3 big platforms that you're putting content out on, from what I can tell. In the cosplay space, you're either on Facebook and Instagram, or you're on Twitter. That's about it. And TikTok. Okay, there's really 3, and Twitter is hit and miss right now because it's really gone in a weird direction. I've talked about that a little bit. So you're on TikTok, you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook, and then you're maybe on Twitter, and that's where you are. And I think we could see a lot of people doing this more casually. A lot of people not doing this really intensely. There's a lot less creators in the cosplay space now, because I don't think there's as many people asking for help. I think people are buying, they're shooting, they're doing their photo shoots, and that's it. And they're posting, and then maybe they sell that cosplay right away, and maybe they keep it. But it seems to be less about the fandom and the connection than it is about the attention. And that's too bad, but that is what I see being the reality, is that people are starting to use social media for themselves, for their self brands, for whatever it is they're trying to do with themselves, to gain attention in space. For some people, it really is just a game to see how many followers they can get. It's collecting humans, and I don't understand that. It doesn't appeal to me. It's great that people follow this account, but it's really not about me. It's about what I can give to other people. It isn't about what I'm, building for myself. Supplemental income is great. You definitely want to diversify your income if you can, because the 9 to 5 job is only going to give you so much, because that's just how this works. But if you can do it for yourself, you're always going to feel better about controlling your own income. You're always going to feel better about what you do, but there is going to be a lot more customer service. Everything is video content now. So if you're not comfortable with video content, this is a good place to start getting skills together. You're going to want to get better at video content. I'm going to use my busy hands here. You're going to want to get better at video content, and you're going to want to get better at videography in photography, and that is really the name of the game. We'll get comfortable with how to edit these things, or at least to a certain degree, and also the cosplay. Like you have to be pretty good at talking on the mic. You have to be pretty good on the camera. These are not skills that everybody has, and I think people are dropping off. They're like, oh, I don't have those skills. This makes me nervous. This makes me anxious. I don't want to be on camera doing anything. I just want to wear the cosplay. I want to go to the con. I want to meet people that I think are really cool. I want to get their autographs. I want to have pictures with them. And I just want to be in the space. And there are so many people who are just climbing or trying to, or gaining clout, or whatever you want to call it in the space. There's politics, and there's little conversations going on in all the little corners of the internet that are keeping people from having any fun with this. And that's what it's supposed to do. People have consolidated, like, I don't know, if you're listening to me, great. Like you're listening to me, like, yeah, you have to batch content. You have to minimize your time on the platforms, spend less time scrolling, spend less time double tapping pictures because you like them. Like this does not add any value to your life. I don't know if people actually acknowledge, like if they see you, like if that's the point, is you want them, if you want to be seen, you want to say, hey, I saw you, and then you know that I saw, like it's this thing. If you find the cosplay that fits you, not just the popular thing, not just pop cosplays, there's been less, I think, recently. Like things have been kind of stretched out a little bit more. But if you find a cosplay that fits you, you want to do that one, because there's a lot of work that goes into it. It's a very expensive thing. Maybe it doesn't. If you're not in video and you're just doing the cosplays to do the cosplays and then you're going to sell them, like this is not going to be very sustainable. You are going to be able to do it, but maybe you don't have to do it for a very long time, because maybe you're just gaining some attention so that you can gain a little bit of traction with brands. And this is just showcasing something else. But if you're really into the cosplay and the fandoms, things like that, like pick the ones you want. If you're not into videos, that's okay, because you're just documenting what you're doing. And you want to share that with your community and the people that are following you, not just the random people who might find you on the internet. That's algorithmic. That's hit and miss. There's not a lot of that. You can pay for the ads to do that, and you can grow a following this way. I've seen other people do that. You can also zig when everybody zags. If you understand what that even means, is when everybody's going over here, everybody's doing the Aquaman, everybody's doing Wednesday Addams, you're going to some other direction. You don't have to be obscure, but you're going in some other direction. You're doing some other cosplay that you do because you enjoy the cosplay. Not everybody else enjoys looking at you doing the cosplay. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have to build this about you, because that character is already the property of another production company or another studio, or the intellectual property belongs to somebody else. It's great that you appreciate the fandom, but unfortunately you are not the character. You are representing the character. But I think there's going to be some changes there someday soon too in social media about what can be shared and what can't. There already are a few things. I mean, there are some really strange, way out there things that Twitter's doing, and I think that is going to start to spread across social media, so that it becomes a little harder for people to share content that they are creating in cosplay. But that is kind of a little bit of a tangent there. I'm not going to be trying to do the things that I've done in past seasons where I'm just cranking out content. Well, I am cranking out content, but I'm not going to do it when I don't want to. Like it's not such a breakneck pace for me. It's not like, oh, I gotta do 50 episodes. All I gotta do today is record content. Now, I don't want it to be like that anymore. I'm going to do so many videos, and I'm going to edit the videos. They're going to come out when they come out. I'm not trying to game the algorithm. I'm not trying to release things that are timed with when people are clicking on things. Like that's fine if you're looking to monetize, but I'm not. This is just my hobby. I'm just sharing information with people if they want to hear about it. I'm sharing an opinion with you if you want to hear about it. And I hope you do. I hope you're motivated by some of the things that we share on the show. We're going to be doing lives. We're going to be doing all sorts of things coming up. And I hope I can be very consistent with it, because that's the whole point, is the consistency to offer support and help for you. So thanks for watching. Be sure to like and comment and subscribe, and follow us online for new content. And always, Sanctuary is a safe space for you to share your stories and tips and builds for all those causes that should be made aware of. We should be made aware of in the community. So that's all I had today, folks. This is Scotty B from Heroes of Cosplay Sanctuary saying bye-bye.